The Thetis-Class patrol vessels of the Royal Danish Navy, launched in the early 1990s, stand as a testament to Denmark's commitment to securing its vast maritime territories, particularly in the challenging Arctic and North Atlantic waters surrounding Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Comprising 4 ships, HDMS Thetis, Triton, Vædderen, and Hvidbjørnen, this class, also known as StanFlex 3000, was designed with versatility and resilience in mind. Built by Svendborg Shipyard and commissioned between 1991 and 1992, these 3,500-ton, 112.3-meter frigates feature ice-reinforced double-skinned hulls capable of breaking through 80 centimeters of solid ice, making them uniquely suited for operations in harsh polar environments. Initially equipped with Westland Lynx helicopters and a modular StanFlex system for mission adaptability, their primary roles have historically included sovereignty enforcement, fisheries inspection, search and rescue, and support to local authorities in Denmark's Arctic territories. As of April 2025, however, the Thetis-Class finds itself at a crossroads, balancing its enduring utility against the pressures of age, evolving strategic demands, and the promise of modern replacements. The background of the Thetis-Class reflects Denmark's strategic priorities at the end of the Cold War, when safeguarding its expansive exclusive economic zone and projecting presence in the Arctic were paramount. With a standard armament now pared down to a 76mm OTO Melara gun and a 12.7mm machine gun, the ships were never intended as frontline combatants, but as multi-role patrol vessels capable of extended deployments, up to 60 days at sea with a crew of 60. Their design emphasized endurance and adaptability, with the StanFlex system allowing for mission-specific modules, though budget constraints have limited its use in recent years. Over their 3-decade service life, the Thetis-Class has been a cornerstone of Denmark's maritime operations, particularly in Greenland, where their ice-breaking capabilities and helicopter support have proven invaluable. Yet, as they approach 35 years of age, their relevance is increasingly questioned in a region where geopolitical tensions, driven by Russia and China's growing Arctic interests, demand more robust naval capabilities. To extend their operational life into the late 2020s or early 2030s, the Thetis-Class underwent significant midlife upgrades between 2016 and 2019, a process that modernized key systems while preserving their core mission profile. The most notable upgrade was the replacement of the aging Lynx helicopters with MH-60R Seahawks, introduced progressively across the fleet, Vædderen in 2016, Hvidbjørnen in 2017, Thetis in 2018, and Triton in 2019. These Seahawks, with a range of 230 nautical miles or 3 hours of flight time, significantly enhance surveillance and response capabilities, critical for monitoring vast Arctic waters. Additionally, new air and surface search radars replaced outdated systems, streamlining the ship's profiles by removing the distinctive ice block structure, while the Terma Seaflex combat management system was retained as a backbone for operational control. However, cost considerations led to the removal of retrofitted armaments like Stinger launchers and decoy systems, reflecting a shift toward a leaner patrol-focused configuration rather than a combat-ready one. These upgrades have kept the class functional, but they also highlight its limitations in an era of rapid technological advancement. Recent operations underscore the Thetis-Class's continued relevance in Denmark's maritime strategy, particularly in the Arctic. The ships maintain a near-constant presence in Greenland's waters, enforcing sovereignty, inspecting fisheries, and supporting local communities, a role reaffirmed during a 2023 visit by Danish Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen, who emphasized their importance to Greenlandic security. Beyond national duties, the class has a history of international engagement. HDMS Thetis, for instance, served as a pirate protection vessel off the Horn of Africa in 2008, escorting World Food Program ships, and as a staff ship for NATO's Mine Countermeasure Group 1 in 2009. More recently, HDMS Triton has participated in NATO maritime patrols, though such deployments have become less frequent as the fleet prioritizes Arctic responsibilities. These missions demonstrate the class's versatility, yet their reduced armament and aging systems limit their utility in high-intensity scenarios, positioning them as support assets rather than primary players in multinational operations. Assessing the current readiness of the Thetis-Class reveals a mixed picture. The Midlife Upgrades have ensured they remain capable of their core missions, patrolling icy waters, conducting surveillance with Seahawks, and providing logistical support. Their ice-breaking hulls and long endurance make them uniquely suited to year-round Arctic operations, a capability few regional navies can match. However, after over 30 years in service, the ships are showing signs of wear, with rising maintenance costs and a design rooted in 1980s technology. Their sensor suites and combat systems lag behind modern standards, lacking the advanced anti-submarine warfare or air defense capabilities needed to counter emerging threats in the Arctic, such as Russian submarine activity in the Jack Gap. While adequate for low-intensity tasks like fisheries enforcement, their readiness for contested environments is questionable, particularly as Denmark's defense priorities shift toward NATO contributions and strategic deterrence. The class's operational ceiling is thus defined by its specialized but increasingly outdated profile. Within the Danish surface fleet, the Thetis-Class occupies a distinct niche under the 1st Squadron, focused on national operations around Greenland and the Faroe Islands. It complements the combat-oriented Ivar Huitfeldt-class frigates and Absalon-class support ships of the 2nd Squadron, as well as the smaller ice-capable Knud Rasmussen-class patrol vessels. The Thetis-Class bridges a gap between these assets, offering greater endurance and helicopter support than the Knud Rasmussen-class, while lacking the combat prowess of the Ivar Huitfeldt-class. Yet, its role is evolving. Denmark's March 2025 defense plan outlines the replacement of the Thetis-Class with 3 new Arctic-capable ships by the early 2030s, potentially based on designs like OSK Design's Arctic frigate or the proposed MPV-80 class. These successors aim to bolster military capabilities, including ASW, to meet NATO commitments and counter regional threats, signaling a phased retirement for the Thetis-Class by 2032. Comparing the Thetis-Class to regional competitors highlights both its strengths and shortcomings. Norway's Nordkapp-class offshore patrol vessels, built in the 1980s and similarly ice-capable, share a comparable age profile, but have been partially replaced by the advanced John Mahon class, which boasts modern sensors and greater combat potential. Sweden's Visby-class corvettes, while not ice-capable, offer stealth and advanced weaponry, outclassing the Thetis-Class in combat scenarios. Canada's Harry de Wolf-class Arctic patrol vessels, introduced in the 2020s, provide a closer parallel, ice-capable and patrol-focused, but benefit from newer technology and a larger displacement, 6,615 tons, enhancing endurance and versatility. Against these peers, the Thetis-Class excels in its niche of Arctic sovereignty enforcement, but falls behind in modernization and combat readiness, reflecting Denmark's historical focus on presence over power projection. In conclusion, the Thetis-Class remains a vital, if aging, asset for Denmark as of April 2025. Its upgrades have preserved its utility for Arctic patrols and national tasks, but its limited combat capabilities and looming obsolescence mark it as a transitional platform. Compared to regional competitors, it holds a specialized edge in ice-breaking and endurance, but lacks the technological edge of newer designs. With replacements on the horizon, the class's role is set to diminish, paving the way for a more capable fleet aligned with Denmark's ambitions in an increasingly contested Arctic theater. Until then, the Thetis-Class endures as a stalwart guardian of Denmark's northern frontier, its legacy tied to the icy waters it was built to navigate.